Welcome back to our prison series. This is episode 67. What is it like being a prisoner at Leavenworth? Okay, people, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so people are just curious. What's it like being there? Okay, so this person is like on 24-hour duty right now, and it came up, not a felon yet, at least. Who knows what the future holds, but was wondering. It's like, was looking for documentaries and stuff like that, and they was like they couldn't find anything to know what it's like to be a prisoner at Leavenworth. Okay, so look, so figured there might be some folks here with first-hand experience working there. Just wondering, basic stuff like, is it regular, like is it like a regular prison, or does it have a military component to it? Like basic training, because Leavenworth is a military prison. That's why that person's asking that. So, all right, so let's get to it. Another time a person was like, let's see. They said somewhere like, I took a tour of the disciplinary barracks a few years ago back, and the one thing I took away from it was, if you absolutely have to serve time in a federal prison, the Leavenworth Disciplinary Barracks is the best place to do that. Don't get me wrong, it's a prison. It sucks and none of the inmates look happy to be there. But from what I learned there from the guards, so judge the source, is that they don't really have a problem with prison riots and other stuff that makes prison so nightmarishly scary. It's mostly just a bunch of dudes hanging out. The guards treat them with dignity, and if the prisoners act right, there are some pretty okay incentives. Example would be like growing your hair out, snacks and stuff. A story I was told was that a PFC guard fell asleep on duty among the inmates, and the inmates just work him up after his motion. Okay, so they woke him up. They wear them to prevent the inmates from taking hostage. Started going off. Okay, so I don't know what they mean there. They must wear some type of beeper thing. The inmates don't seem to attack each other much, maybe because they're all military. The tour guide said the last inmate on inmate murder happened like a million years ago when at prison softball game, a battered person harmed another with a bat over a strike. So I guess they took the bat and they did damage, Okay, so they said sometimes the inmates play crappy games just to play with the guards around. Okay, I can't say everything they're saying because some of this stuff is inappropriate. Okay, so let's see what else they had to say. The inmates don't seem to attack each other. That's what another person said again. They said in 2010 there was a riot there. That's what they said. Okay. Next person said, I worked with a guy who did the 6 to 8 month stint. He said it wasn't bad, but still was crappy. He told me it had a lot of vocational training, and there was plenty of stuff to do to pass the time, he said. He rarely saw fights. Didn't feel like a lot of gang issues or other crap you would expect in a prison. He said guards were fairly chill. And then this person said, I was in Bosnia with a GI who was stationed at Leavenworth. He wasn't an MP, he was behavioral health, so I have some random bits of information. And then he was like, none of the prisoners are in the military anymore. Also, the prison population at Leavenworth overall is a better population than other federal prisons. They can all read. They have had basic training. There is also a death row at the USDB Leavenworth. Also, there are a number of federal prisons in that area. So, at any one time, there's about 11,000 prisoners near that town. And then they said, dang dude, you've been in that long? I got out 21 years ago. Then the person said, what made you not want to come back in after 9/11? Were you in Bosnia And then the person was like, I was stationed at Leavenworth and had a tour of the DB last year, 2020, pre-COVID. It's pretty interesting. Everybody has to work, can't just sleep all day unless you work nights. They have a textile shop and they make all the name/U.S. Army tapes for basic training uniforms. They refurbish TA-50. They have a metal shop and sell smokers and other crafted items. They will even reholster your project car seats. They had nightly events to keep people busy and TVs in the common areas. No real gang problems to speak of. There was gym equipment outside, but it was winter when I went and nobody really was using it. There is a chapel and they have services for everyone, even Satanic services. I went there during canteen, so everybody was getting their wham, and cakes, and morale seemed pretty good. 80% are Kimmels. I don't know what he means there. There's a barber school there too, which was popular. They wouldn't show us death row, but they had 4 people there. Okay, the guards told us they don't do executions there as they don't have anyone trained to do it anymore. They will just send people to Arizona to be executed. Not sure if this is accurate, but it's what the E4s and 31E said. Okay, then they said the defects was tiny and they had a chow line and okay, let's see. They had a chow line and a salad bar. All in all, I wouldn't want to be a prisoner there, but being there is like an extended rotation of camp. All in all, I was surprised at how small the place was. Oh, and the prisoners working on the fort aren't from the DB. They are federal prisoners from the prison down the road. There's also Buffalo on Leavenworth and the prisoners' raise. Okay. Then this person said something about the DB is the only prison you'll ever hear of where child molesters can be called shot callers. Okay, so then let's see what else they said. Yeah, it's true about Hennis. I don't know what that is. Also not sure about Arizona, but that's what the guard said. I didn't pressure him. I had some friends that were 31E, E8, and E7, and they would tell me crazy stories about Hassan. It must be another prison. He's on a permanent hunger strike, and everybody there hates his guts. Wishes he would pass away already. It must be a guard or somebody, a prisoner they're talking about. Okay, so let's see. I'm skimming through. Okay, so trying to learn about Leavenworth, ? Jail. That's what another person said. That's funny. Okay, so let's see what else they have to say. Another person said they were stationed there for 4 years. They go to work, go to college, go to eat, go to rec, etc. There's no military aspect to it, really, minus the fact they have to maintain standards for haircut and facial hair. Okay, so I'm skimming through. The basics are just like normal prison. Just keep in mind, everyone there was in the military at one point, so they have some type of, I guess, standards. I guess they're talking about how the people are. And then they was talking about career criminals who may only know what that way of life. Okay, so then they're like, let's see. They said it's way more boring here. That's what they said. But they said there's still people here who cause trouble depending on the circumstance. Okay. Let's see what else they have to say. I guess Leavenworth is not so exciting, people, from the looks of what this person's saying. I guess that's good, for if you have to serve, there, why would you want it to be gangs you have to deal with or other worse incidents? I'm trying to see what else they're having to say. I'm skimming through. But as you can see, it's really not too bad at Leavenworth in comparison to the other prisons. So, and on that note, I'm going to end it right there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.